Welcome to Shirley Egner Court here at Berg Gym for tonight's men's volleyball matchup between the Concordia Chicago University Cougars and the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point Pointers. I'm your pregame analyst Ashton Parker here. Get some quick stats and pregame information for tonight's conference matchup here for you guys watching via UWSP Athletics YouTube page. As a quick reminder, this game will also be broadcasted via WWSP Stevens Point 90 FM with our broadcasters Ian and Madison tonight. So for some quick stats for the game, UW Stevens Point Pointers going into this game 8-7, currently 6-2 at home, 1-3 away, 1-2 in neutral sites. It's honestly a very promising start for the Pointers, as the main theme of the season being first time around. This is the first ever season of men's volleyball existing, so an 8-7 start doesn't seem that bad. They are on currently though a 2-game losing streak after being swept twice in the Marion tournament on Saturday. However, it is worth mentioning both Marion and Loras are ranked nationally, with Loras being number 4 in the country at the time, being undefeated, 15-0. And fun stat there, Loras has not lost a game since January 30th. Of 2024. So it's been a while since I played a game, so understandable that the Pointers got swept. But they're looking to bounce back here against the Concordia University of Chicago Cougars. And Concordia, a little bit of a similar situation, though, a little bit, it's a little bit worse off for them. 6-10 overall to start, to round up near the end of the season, as we only got 4 games left after this, so this season's almost over. They're 6-10, 1-3 in conference play. They're also on the 2-game losing streak, 4-3 at home, 1-6 away. Some players to watch out though for Concordia. Number 4, Luke Vazanelk, currently leading the Cougars in both kills and aces. Also Elijah Mosher leading the Cougars in assists with 939, so number 11, Elijah Mosher, something to look out for. But in terms of the Pointers, they have some very promising players on their team as well. Kyle Smith leading the team in blocks, number 5 with 40, leading the kills. Zach Myers, number 9, 147 for the season. And Josh Brogan leading the team in assists with 402. So this Pointer team, again, really just trying to find their footing here in the men's volleyball landscape. Still independent, still do not have a conference, as they are the first WIAC team to have a men's volleyball team. So they're just kind of floating around, and they are trying to have a very promising end to their season. We'll be back here, though, on the UWSP Athletics page for men's volleyball action after National Anthem and starting lineups.
You are listening to WWSP Stevens Point, and welcome to Shirley Egner Court here at the Berg Gym for tonight's men's volleyball matchup between the Concordia Chicago Cougars and the UW Stevens Point Pointers. I'm Ian Connell, and alongside me is Madison Shufflebine, and we welcome you here for another exciting night of volleyball here in Stevens Point. So, as Ashton previously mentioned, this is Stevens Point's first season with a men's volleyball team and the first team in the WIAC to have a men's volleyball team. And so far they've been, for a first season, haven't been doing too bad. They've started off the season 8-7. So as they read off the starting lineups here at the Berg Gym tonight, we'll be jumping into some volleyball soon. It's been pretty exciting so far. The spotlights are shining in our face. Can't read anything. The whole gym's dark, so okay. Lights are on now.
The lights have
now we
turned
know.
Back on here.
Now we know what's up.
Here at the Berg Gym.
We couldn't announce very well without seeing anything. This makes it kind of tough. But okay, so the starting we don't know who the starting lineups are quite yet. They didn't give us any starting lineups, so.
You know what? We're about to see them in like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
so
we'll
don't
figure it
even
out.
worry about that part.
Yeah. So I mean, if
as we get settled onto the court, we can let you guys know. It's looking like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Only 10 boys on the
Concordia, the volleyball team.
Why
is it so quiet? Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, so we're kicking off the night here. It looks like on Concordia's side, their starting lineup consists of, who do they got out there? They got number 7, David Vales, number 17, Jackson Stella, number 11, Elijah Mosher, number 18, Leon Godzowski, number 15, Lavero Van Gato, and who is that back there? Number 10, Markin Hoffman for the Pointers. The starting lineup tonight consists of number 16, Josh Brogren, number 3,
Gabe
Utek. Wait a second. Yeah, okay. Number 16, Josh Brogren. Number 3, Gabe Utek. Number 9, Zach Myers. Number 5, Kyle Smith. Number 6, wait, I already read that one. I can't see that.
All right, looks like Concordia's got first serve. Eliza Mosser serving. First point is going to go to UWSP there with an overpass. Yeah,
they just spiked it right over, and the Concordia players, about 3 of them jumped off, and it bounced off right back into the net.
Serving first for UWSP is going to be Josh Brogren. As that ball gets into the air. It is good. Received by Concordia. Set up to their outside. Hit just short of the 10-foot line. Set up and hit by our Zach Myers for a kill.
So Pointers with an early lead, up 2-0 on Concordia here at Berg Gym.
Brogren to serve once more. That ball's good. Passed by Marcin Hoffman. Hit by their outside, but it looks like it was hit into our blockers and then went out. So it's going to be Concordia's point. Serving for Concordia now is going to be David Vales, their outside hitter. That ball is in. Set up by Brogren, hit by our outside, Bakeman. Set up to their right side and blocked by UWSP. It's going to be...
Ball landed out of bounds, it looked like, right on the close edge here. A great block, but it's tough to keep a block like that so close to the edge in bounds.
All right, David Vales serving again. Ball is short. UWSP's point.
It looks like the Pointers have improved quite a bit since the last time We watched him play.
I'm saying Zach Meyer serving for UWSP now. That ball is out. Concordia's point. You just jinxed it by saying that, Ian.
Yeah, well, they're playing. Wait, what can we say on the? They're playing great. They're playing great so far.
Timothy Johnson serving for Concordia now. The ball is in, received by our 11, Andy Sanchez, hit by our outside, Dylan Nitznick, and it is in.
Yeah, Nitznick hit that one right into the opposite corner. It was a great spike and a great setup by the Pointers here early on in this first period.
Kyle Smith up to serve for the Pointers now.
Pointers still up by 1 on Concordia, over them 4-3.
The ball is in, received by Concordia, set up to their middle hit. It's in. Looked like it was just on the line, though. I think we thought it was going to be out, perhaps. Jackson Stella up to serve for the Cougars. Ball's up and in. Set up by Brogan with one hand to our middle hitter. Hits it out. It's going to be Concordia's point.
The Pointers started off strong, but they're now down 5-4. Well, 4-5, down by 1 point against Concordia here.
Stella up to serve again. Ball is in, received by Sanchez. One-handed set by Brogan again. Middle hit and set up to outside by Concordia. Blocked by UWSP. Set up once more. Oh, just a tip over. Set up by Brogan. Back row hit, and it is
blocked into the net by Concordia,
yep,
it looked
so
like.
UWSP's point. I never know how to say that.
Yeah.
Bakeman up to serve for UWSP now. It's bringing us to 5-5. Ball's up. It is in, received, set up to their outside, hit straight down.
Oh, man.
Woo, that was like right in before the 10-foot line even.
Yeah, I thought that one was actually might have hit us. We don't get a booth or anything, so we're just sitting up here in the bleachers. High
Left
risk.
to our own devices.
Yeah, we left to fend for ourselves
all right,
up here.
Marcin Hoffman's serving for the Cougars now. Ball is up and it's in.
That was
like
in?
Sanchez with our libero. It was over his shoulder, looking like it's going to go out, but barely on the line, I guess. I mean, a ball that's 99% out is still in.
How can they see that
way? Marcin Hoffman up to serve again. Ball is in, received by us, set up by Brogan to our outside, tipped over, received by Cougars, set up to back row middle, tipped over again. Brogan sets up to our outside, roll shot, right in front of the 10-foot line, giving them their taste of their own medicine. Point.
Was that Nitznick again, or was that Zach Myers?
It was whoever was outside, I think Nitznick.
Yeah, he does a great job on that near outside.
Nitznick up to serve now. The ball's up and over. Aced it, just shanked by Cougars.
Yeah, and it looked like number 10, Marcin Hoffman, couldn't quite get under that one for Concordia. So another point for the Pointers, all tied up here. Once again, 7-7.
Nitznick serving again. The ball is in, received by Concordia, set up to their outside, hit out. Swinging for the fences there, but it looks like
it got tipped off of one of our front row players.
We just got a touch on it.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, I guess
we got some tall guys up front, so.
Number 19, Sean Beckman serving for Concordia now. The ball is out. Now it's our point, bringing us 8-love.
What? 8-love?
Like when they play in the Wii 15?
Oh, like in the, yeah, wait, was that in Wii? I thought love was 0 in
Number
Wii
20
Sports.
serving for UWSP, Caleb Palmer hits it into the net.
8. UWSP down by 1.
You know what I'm talking about,
well, okay, it's been a while.
All right, Elijah Mosher serving for Concordia Cougars now. Ball is up and just short. It looks like he was purposely trying to serve it short, but it just hit the top of the net. Didn't go.
So
in
I think
their favor.
I think the last 4 serves have just gone straight into the net or out.
Love to see it.
Really
Josh Brogan up to serve now.
A blazing game tonight.
Consistent. That ball is in, Set up by Concordia. Right side hit. Rolled over. It's out. UWSP's point.
UWSP takes the lead back up 10-9 on Concordia about halfway through this first period here at Berg Gym.
Serving. The ball is in, received, set up to their outside hit. Oh, Brogan receives. Shanked though. That outside hitter, I don't remember who it was, but he's got an arm. Maybe number 10?
Who was that? Markson Hoffman.
We'll have to check on the number next time. Right now, David Vales up to serve for Concordia right now. The ball is up and over, received by our libero Sanchez, tipped over by our outside Bakeman, and just it looks like it was received by Concordia, then tipped over by us again on overpass.
Yeah, I think that was Kyle Smith, number 5, that big up front player just kind of dropped it down in the front.
Serving for UWSP now, set up to their middle, and it swings out.
Too much power on that one.
I'm loving seeing some middles being set up. I feel like usually in volleyball it's setter to outside point.
Yeah.
Zach Myers serving again. Ooh, pretty hard serve. Set up to their right side, just rolled over. That ball is out. UWSP's point.
UWSP now up by 3 on Concordia, 13-10. See if they can keep this roll going.
Zach Myers to serve once more. Set up to their right side again. He swings harder this time, but it's still out.
Too much power on that one. Once again, a little too much. Yeah, I will say.
Concordia called a timeout?
Yeah, it looks like it. So, no, it looks like they've been playing better. I know I jinxed it last time, but compared to the last time.
Team chemistry-wise?
Well, I don't know if we're allowed to say that they're playing worse or they're playing terrible. So I didn't want to unjinx it.
Let's avoid the topic of that.
But I think the Pointers are playing fantastic.
The energy
They're
is good
playing
here
great.
In the Berg Gym tonight.
Yes.
The camaraderie. I don't know. Looking at them in the huddle, they're smiling, they're poking each other.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of getting towards the end of the season, and I don't think they're trying to, make a playoff national run or anything. So I don't think they have.
For their first season, I think they're satisfied with where they're at. I mean, there's always room to improve, but
it seems like they're just playing looser. You know what I mean? They don't seem as tense as they did last time. Yeah, because, I mean, they're not really playing for anything at this point except for fun, so.
Playing for funsies.
Yeah, playing for funsies.
Looks like our timeout's over. Zach Myers to serve for UWSP again, bringing us 14-10.
My gosh, that thing is. Do they have to do that every time? It's so loud.
All right, Zach Myers serving. It's up, and it is in. Received. Overpass to UWSP. Brogan sets it up to our right side. Bakeman. He swings, and it is down.
They are cooking now. They are cooking with gas.
Let them cook.
Let them cook. That's what we've been saying all season, the whole other game that we did.
Zach Myers serving again. That ball is in. Oh, he's got a hard serve. Set up to their outside. He swings. We got a touch on it. Set up by our middle. Hit by our outside. Oh! He just pounded it in there. It hit somebody. It looks like they shanked it pretty hard.
Yeah, Niznik again.
What
big corner hitter. He's been playing really well all season.
Zach Myers served once again. Set up by Concordia to their outside. Oh, just hit by Andy Sanchez straight out.
So Concordia
they've got some hitters.
Finally gets a point.
Don't. All right, Timothy Johnson serving for Concordia. The ball is up. It's in. It's good. Brogan sets it up to our right side. Bakeman. He hits it. It looks like Bakeman's just swinging and making it. Every hit that I've seen so far, he's gotten it down and without a touch.
They look like they've all been improving in pretty much every especially on offense. It seems like I remember. Wasn't that what we talked about last time? It was their defense.
Numbers 5, good, Kyle Smith serving for UWSP. Set up by Concordia to their right side. Hit out by Jackson Stella on their right side. Let's see, Kyle Smith to serve again for UWSP. But what you were saying, yeah, I agree that their offense has improved a lot since last month.
Yeah.
Serves again. That ball is in. Set to their middle. Oh, we just shanked that. Concordia's point.
Yeah, but I mean, it looks like all the players are just kind of having a good time down there. Pointers up now by 6, 18-12 on the Concordia Chicago Cougars here tonight in the first period.
Cougars serving. Jackson Stella. That ball is in. Set up by Brogan to our outside. Niznik. He is shanked once again. It's UWSP's point. And Bakeman is up to serve.
So the Pointers up by 7 now.
The ball is up.
It does look like their offense has been improving.
It is in. Barely overpass. Setter tips it over. Brogan tips it right back. And they overpass, and it is out. So UWSP's point once again. Concordia calling another
timeout for Concordia. You know, and I think another thing I've noticed in this game for the Pointers is that it seems like they're not like shooting themselves in the foot as much, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like they're not making, avoidable mistakes. Like it seemed like last game they played very well the last time we covered a game, which was last month.
What is important is not getting down once they do make a mistake. And I think in that facet we've improved vastly.
And you could even tell, I mean, the last game it seemed like, even though it was already kind of into the season, a lot of the players, they still looked, like they were kind of fresh in the, a college sport, and they were all a little nervous, but it seems like now they've kind of settled in.
The nerves are shaken out.
Yeah.
We're just playing with our boys.
They're playing more relaxed, I wouldn't want to run into one of these guys on the sand volleyball courts on campus when it warms up.
God forbid.
So I got to kind of take a mental note of what they all look like here.
Excuse me. Spencer Bakeman serving now as our timeout winds down. The ball is up, over, it's in, received, almost overpass, set up by their setter, hit by their outside, set up by Bakeman from back row to Niznik. He hits it, there's a touch on it, 2 touches. Oh, overpass, and Brogan just tips it right back down. Their outside sets up and just tips it over. Brogan sets it up to our outside, who also tips it over. Received, set up to their back middle. He swings pretty hard, and it is their point.
So Concordia gets the ball back here after their timeout, but a long volley this game here, and Stevens Point up by 7, so I think probably just trying to ride this set out, huh?
Right.
Try to, not do anything too crazy.
I'd love to see them get a little bit more competitive.
Yeah, I think they could play a little more
Concordia
aggressive.
serves, it's received. Oh, right as I say that, Caleb Palmer swinging hard. I'm loving to see that.
Tallest player on the team up there, number 20. I think, what is he, 6'6"?
Yup. UWSP to serve once more after losing that point. Niznik is serving, number 7.
Looks like they're trying to set up a play or something right now.
Alrighty, the ball is up. It is in. Oh, it's out.
On the outside the near sideline.
Alright.
It's hard to tell who's like the best server because it seems like a lot of the serves in volleyball are so inconsistent.
Sean Beckman to serve for Concordia. That ball's in, received by Sanchez, set up by Brogan. Swung hard by Henry Rowden. Haven't seen him lately.
It was a Henry Rowden. Was that the first time he's come in this game? And his first play in, he drills it right into Concordia's front right player.
That was a hard hit. Serving now for UWSP's Caleb Palmer. The ball is in, received, overpassed. We just tip it over. We set it up to their middle, who swings. We receive. Brogan sets it to outside. Henry Rowden, who tips it over, but just tips it outside, it looks like. So that's going to be Concordia's point.
UWSP still up by 7, up 22-15 on the Cougars late here in this first period of men's volleyball.
Elijah Mosher serving for Concordia now. The ball is in, received, set up by Brogan to outside Henry. Whoa! That looked like a lift to me, but whatever. Brogan sets it up one more. Back row hit by Niznik, and it's out.
Oh, that was close.
Concordia's point.
Right in the corner.
Well, anyways, what I was saying, looks like Henry Rowden spiked it right into one of the back row players of Concordia, and it looks like he just open palmed lifted it up, but nobody called anything. Elijah Mosher serving for Concordia once more. Set up.
Oh wow, what a block by Concordia.
Tried to set up a slide hit from the right side, but just blocked by Concordia.
It looks like they had two guys over there, Leon Godovsky and David Vales over there on the left side to block that one. Great defensive play by Concordia there.
Concordia serves again. Ball's in, received. Brogren sets up. Oh, he just he just tipped it over, and then their middle like grabbed it, and then just kind of threw it down.
He pretty much caught that and threw it back over the top.
Call that, I might have stood up.
Yeah, I think so. That was like a. He looked like a soccer goalie right there. He just caught it, threw it back over.
Brogren serving for UWSP now. They set it up to their middle. They swing. UWSP blocks, setting up again for their right side, who just has to free ball it over. Brogren sets up to right side. Bakeman swing, and it is down.
Bakeman drops it right down the middle of Concordia's defense.
Alrighty, we are at game point, 24-17, with Brogren serving.
Game point.
Ball's in. Set up to middle. Oh. Hit to Andy Sanchez, our libero, and it just kind of slips through the fingers.
Pointer's still up by 6. They need 1 point to take this first set here tonight.
David Vales for Concordia serving now. That ball's in. Received by Sanchez. Oh, picked up by Brogren, barely. Bakeman rolls it over. Set up to Concordia's outside. He swings it out. That's game.
Pointers take the first set, 25-18 over the Concordia Chicago Cougars.
Let's go.
We'll be back with more volleyball action after a short break. You are listening to 90 FM's broadcast of Pointers Men's Volleyball. We are so back for the second period of men's volleyball here at the Berg Gym in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. The first season of UWSP's men's volleyball team. They are 8-7. They are playing the Concordia Chicago Cougars in what is going to be, or what is, their last home game of the season.
Let's get it.
I don't know what we're waiting on. Everybody's out there. I think. The ref's talking to the coach.
Chatting to the coach.
Yapping about something.
Yeah.
Are those the stat sheets? Is he gonna bring them up here?
Maybe we should get him.
No, we don't. We don't get stat sheets.
Wow.
They don't give us anything.
All right.
All right. All right. So still waiting on the second period to start here. We thought it was going to start a little sooner than it is, but it looks like they're kicking it off right now.
Looking like the same starting lineup as last game. Brogren to serve for UWSP.
Pointers set up. 3 deep, 1 in the back, and 1 serving.
That ball's up, and it's in. Received by Concordia. Oop, overpass and tipped over by UWSP. It's our point.
UWSP up 1-0. Textbook play on offense
Brogan
and
serving for our
defense.
second point. Ball's in. Set up to their outside. Hit received by us. Brogan running to the back of the court to set that up, and free pass by us from back row by Niznik. Set up by Concordia, hit by their middle and just blocked by us. Free pass over by Concordia. It's out.
Looks like the Concordia players are getting a little flustered right now, but UWSP looks like there was some sort of miscommunication for Concordia or something on that play, but UWSP was able to pull it together and get the point there.
Again. Set up by Concordia, hit by their outside Stella. It's received by UWSP, our outside hits. Zach Myers. Received by Concordia, and then just miscommunication from the setter to the back row. The pass wasn't very great. I think the setter was looking for some help, but, you know.
UWSP up 3-0 on Concordia here early on in the second period.
Serves again. Set up by their right side. Oh, just barely saved by Sanchez. Couldn't get the save to get it over, but that was a really good save.
Austin, can we get a soundboard next time? Okay.
All right, David Vales serving for Concordia now. The ball is up. It's in. Set up by Brogren to our middle. Looks like it was a double hit. Did you hear about the new rule that double hits are now going to be allowed in volleyball?
Oh yeah, is it for Division 1? Is it just for Division 1 women's?
I'm not
or?
sure who it's for, but I saw a bunch of funny videos on it. All right, Concordia serves. It's received by us. Set up by Spencer Bakeman to Myers. Hit, and they're scrambling to get it back over. Free ball by Concordia. Overpass kill. OPK by UWSP. That was so funny.
All the Concordia players just froze, and the ball kind of just floated over the net and landed right in the middle of all of them. And they all kind of just watched it.
What could have been bad ended up being a little good. Zach Myers serving for UWSP now. Set up by Concordia to their middle.
Oh, what a block.
Blocked by our Kyle Smith. Free balled over. Brogren sets up to our right side. Bakeman, he hits. It's blocked. Straight down. Concordia's point. Gotta give it to him. That was a good block.
Yeah, both teams have been actually doing. It looks like both teams have been doing a good job blocking tonight. I think both teams have really solid front row defense.
Timothy Johnson, number 8 for the Cougars, serving now. Ball's up. It's in. Set up by Brogren with one hand. Overpassed by Concordia and hit over by our Kyle Smith. Hit over by their middle. Back row hit by us by Myers.
Bounces off the front middle player for Concordia right into the bleachers on the far side. So it looks like the pointers hit it hard enough to where defense wasn't much of an option there.
Kyle Smith serving now for the Pointers. Ball's in, received, set up to their outside. He swings hard, but that ball was out.
You know, it's one of those things. Do you want accuracy or power in your spikes? So you have to choose one.
You gotta find both.
Yeah.
Kyle
It seems
Smith
like a lot of
serving.
Players have one or the other.
Ball's in, received, set up to right side, tipped over to UWSP, overpassed. On our overpass, they hit it, and it was a kill. Sad to say.
Well-
Andy Sanchez now subbing in for UWSP back row.
Not too bad. I mean, Pointer's still up by 2, 6-4 over Concordia here.
Concordia serving, ball's in, received by UWSP. Brogan sets up to right side. Bakeman, he hits it straight down. Set up by their, tipped over by their right side. It's out.
Point to the Pointers.
Pointer point.
Pointer point.
Spencer Bakeman serving for UWSP now, bringing us 7-4. Ball is in, received, set up to their right side. It's hit, swung hard. Bakeman just barely got a touch on it, but you know, touch is a touch, so ball don't lie.
Ball do not lie.
Concordia's point now. Doing a little switcheroo for Deontay Garcia, who is actually from Aurora, Colorado, going to high school just 2 blocks away from where I grew up.
Fun fact. We need more fun facts.
Ball is in. Rogren sets it up to our right side.
Ooh.
He swings real hard, but that was blocked.
What a block. That looked like it was number 19 for Concordia, Sean Beckman, and number 11, Elijah Mosher, did a great job working together for a fantastic block.
Garcia serving again for the Cougars. Ball is in. Received by UWSP. Set up to our outside. Nisnik tips it over. Setter from Concordia sets it outside. Rolled over. Brogren sets up for our outside. Tipped over. OP. Oh, just tipped over by their middle. UWSP receives it. Rolled over by our outside. Set up to their right side. Swung. And just a little overpass. It's out. Concordia's
Rebounded a little
point.
too hard there.
Yeah. Bringing us 7-7. Ball's in, received by UWSP. Brogren sets it up to our outside, swings. Oh, blocker's got a touch on it, but it ultimately goes down. UWSP's point.
I'm so glad I have no idea what's going on. I can't even see anything. Like, I'm so glad you're doing play-by-play.
It happens so fast I kind of freeze.
Yeah, I don't know what just happened.
Nisnik serving for UWSP now. Ball's in. Oh,
That
ball's
one I know.
out.
That one I know. He just served it out of the line.
Those
Yeah.
ones are looking like right on the line, and the line judge is just not agreeing with me.
Well, I
Anyways,
mean, I wonder how you get that job.
I think it's volunteer. Concordia serving. Ball's in. Received by UWSP. Brogren sets it up to right side. Hit out by Caleb Palmer. It's going to be Concordia's point, bringing them up 9-8.
So Cougars take the lead here in the second period, 9-8 over the Pointers.
Cougars serving. Ball's in. Brogren just tries to tip it over. Set up by Concordia, hit by their outside. Blocker's got a touch on it. Brogren sets it up to back row. Tipped over by Nisnik. Oh, dive safe by Garcia, but it's just overpass and out.
Yeah, diving to save that one, but didn't land quite where he wanted it to.
All right, Palmer serving for UWSP now. Freshman on the court. Ball's up. It's in. Received by the Cougars. Right side setup. He swings. It's out.
A little too much power on that one.
Too much sauce.
Number 17, Jackson Stella for Concordia. Back again to serve is Palmer.
Ball's up. It's in. Received. Set up to outside by Concordia. Ball's in. That was number 7, David Vales. That was a pretty hard swing.
So Pointers tie it back up here, 10-10 in the second period with Concordia Chicago. But back to serve now is Concordia's Elijah Mosher.
Ball's in. Received by UWSP. Brogren sets it up to right side for Oh, just tips it over. Barely received by Concordia. Our outside is going up to hit. He swings. It's received by their libero. Set up to right side. He swings. I think the setter touched the net.
Must have.
I did see that. The setter went up to set up, I think it's called a slide hit, where the right side kind of switches right over. I don't know how to explain it to you. UWSP serves. Right side hits again for Concordia.
Ooh, what a
Pancake by
save.
Sanchez. Back row hit by Niznik. Touched by the blockers. Set up to their middle. Blocked by UWSP. Set up again to their right side. Oh, blocked again. Set up to their outside. Blocked.
Oh!
An impenetrable fortress.
Fantastic defense by the Pointers. Several blocks.
Like
Sanchez diving down to shimmy his hand right under the ball there. Woo! What a set.
Serves. That ball's in. Received by Concordia. Set up to outside. Swung and blocked again. Overpass. It's to UWSP now. Our right side. Spencer Bankman just barely hits it over. Set up by Concordia to their outside. He swings. Blocked. It's out. UWSP's point.
UWSP's defense has been on fire here the last couple sets. Timeout called by one of the teams. I don't know who. But
Anyways, I think it's called a slide hit. So
Yeah.
the right side hitter is kind of towards the middle.
right.
And then the setter sets it up to where the right side's going to be, but the right side's not there yet. So he switches over real quick and kind of like rotates his body.
Ooh.
Like a really quick, it's a cool setup if you could get it right.
I remember
And
one of
I
the
think he was trying to do that on that one play, and then he kind of got in the hitter's way. And that's why he touched
so the
net.
setter sets it up and like switches or
Usually the setter is to the right of the hitter, and then the hitter goes around him and hits like
so they
hits right side.
Right.
But he starts on the opposite side of the setter.
Interesting.
I don't know if that just made sense to anybody listening, but
Well, yeah. I'm learning all sorts of new volleyball terms here. It's
Right.
fantastic sport to watch.
volleyball is the most fun sport to watch, in my opinion.
It is a lot of fun to watch.
Even
you
if
know-
you don't like volleyball or you don't know volleyball, it's really easy to get into to watch.
Yeah.
All right, timeout is over. It's looking like Brogan serving for UWSP now. That ball's out. I mean, hey, what are timeouts for, I guess?
Yeah, you gotta get something off of a timeout,
Number 7, David Vales for Concordia is up to serve. The ball's up. It is in. Received by UWSP. Brogan sets it up to Bakeman. He swings into the net.
Right into the net. Well, we shall see how the rest of this set plays out. We're about halfway through, it looks like, and the Pointers are up by 13-12 over Concordia, but Concordia is back to serve again.
Serving, it's good. Received by Sanchez. Set up by Brogan to right side. Swung. The blocker's got a touch on it. Set up by back row to their right side. He swings. We block. We set it up again. It's down on the court.
It looks like-
UWSP's point.
Yeah, it looks like Myers just missed the set
Just
there.
kind of tipped it over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like he swung up to get it and it just kind of slipped past him.
Ball's in. Ball's out.
Well, we'll have to see how the Pointers can recover from this. It seems like it doesn't seem like they're too rattled.
UWSP serving now. Myers serves into the net. You spoke too soon,
I-
Ian.
All right. Maybe I just
Don't.
okay. I'm not. No more talking.
No more commenting on how they're
Okay.
playing right now. Just kidding.
Yes.
Concordia serving now. The ball's up. It's in. Received by us. Set up by Brogan to outside. Just tipped over. Pretty far
Ooh.
deep. Set up to their outside. He swings. Oh, just a touch by Sanchez.
Almost saved by Sanchez.
That might have been out, but I'm glad he touched it because it probably would have been in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it looked like the rest of the Pointers almost weren't ready. They just thought set was over, but
Right.
Sanchez
I think
was
they
able to
thought
kind
it
of
was out, but
yeah.
he just didn't want to take any chances, which is what a good libero would do.
Served
Concordia
out.
just serves it out.
Serves it
UWSP's
out.
Point, bringing us 15 love.
15 love. Woo!
You Wii players out there, you know what I mean.
Oh,
Kyle
yeah.
Smith serving for
Wii Sports Tennis used to go crazy back in the day.
Ball's up. It's in. It's received by Concordia. Oh!
Oh!
PK!
Niznik up front, smashing it down into Concordia's defense.
Right into their faces. Kyle Smith serving now for UWSP. Ball's up. It's over. It's in. Set up. Tipped over by their middle. Looks like we just really couldn't get a good handle on that ball. It's going to be Concordia's point.
Yeah, it's been neck and neck for the last few sets here. It's tied up again. 16 all. Wait, 16 love. 16-16.
All right,
Tied up.
Concordia serving now. That ball is out.
But now the Pointers have the lead. 17-16.
Bakeman in serving now. Ball's up. It's in. Received. Set up to their right side and swung. Brogren receives it, so Libero sets it up now to outside. Received by Concordia. Oh, setter just hit it. The Concordia setter just hit it. Then we blocked it, then they set it up, and then they hit it, and then we shanked it. That was kind of a fast play.
Yeah, it seems like this whole period's kind of been flying by. Seems like there's been a lot of serves out or into the
really
net.
Good volleys. The volleys are lasting a really long time, which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
It's like it's either a really long volley or
It's just
it's
serve
like
out.
one. Yeah,
Yup.
it's like one or the other.
Garcia into serve for the Cougars again, representing my hometown, Aurora, Colorado. That ball's in. Brogren sets it up for UWSP. Niznik to swing. Received by Concordia. Set up to their outside. Swung. Touched by UWSP. Brogren sets it up to back row. Oh! Hard
Oh!
that ball is ours. Niznik serving now for UWSP, bringing us 18-17. Ball's up. Oh, barely clips the net, but it's in. They pancake to get it over. Back row hit, it's out, but I think they're saying there's a touch on it by UWSP.
Yeah, no, number 15.
Coach. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Number 15, Van Gato for Concordia was able to dive right under that
If we
and
didn't touch that ball, it would have been straight out, though.
shimmy about
Concordia
one
serves,
finger under
received
there.
by Sanchez, set up by Brogren to outside, touched by them, set up to their outside, rolled over by us, rolled over by them, blocked by us.
Great block by Palmer.
Set up to their outside once again, and he just swings right into the net, so it's our ball.
So Concordia right into the net. Pointers get the ball back up by 19-18 over Concordia late here in the second period.
The freshman is serving once more for UWSP, Caleb Palmer. Concordia sets it up to their outside, swings, we block, they set it up to right side once more. We got a touch on it, but ultimately kind of shanked it.
Well, I think despite that, 16 Josh Brogren and who is that over there? Number 3, Gabe Utek have been doing a really good job in the front row.
Good court coverage.
Yeah,
Concordia
blocking some of
serves,
those.
Sanchez receives. Oh!
Blocking some of those shots.
Brogren just tips it over, which actually really hasn't happened this game other than out of necessity, so doing that is a pretty smart play.
Well, it's interesting they've been doing such a good job blocking because they're Utek is 5'9" and Brogren's 5'11" respectively. So I mean,
true.
you would think they would kind of be towards the back row, but
UWSP serves it over, and Concordia just gets a kill on us, bringing us 20-20.
yeah, getting to that point in the game where I think conditioning comes into play. Which team is more conditioned? You know, who's
That's what
ran
I'm
more
saying.
laps?
It's interesting if it's going to be this team because they only have 10 players. Concordia serves. Brogren sets up to right side, swung hard, blocked by UWSP.
What a block by number 10
by-
for Concordia,
blocked by
Markin Hassman. And who was that right there next to him? Was it number 18, Leon Gadzowski?
All right, Concordia serving now. Received by UWSP, set up to outside. outside. Spencer Bakeman gets a touch on it. Tipped.
He just taps it right over.
Just tap it in.
Taps it right over on the edge.
21-21. Zach Myers serving now.
I think they thought he was going to wind up and drill it, but he just kind of gave it a little tap over.
Gotcha.
Just a little gotcha.
Concordia set up to right side. Swung block.
Ooh!
Block straight down.
Another block by Smith and Niznik on the far left side.
Our blocking is far better than when we were here last month.
They're doing a fantastic job blocking up front. Niznik and Smith with that one. That was a textbook block.
Again, that ball is in, received, set up to outside, swung. Looks out, but I don't know if we got a touch on it.
Yeah, it looks like he tipped it.
Yeah, we got a touch on it, but that swing was out.
It looks like Concordia is subbing a couple players in here. All tied up, 22 Love, 22-22 Pointers and the Cougars. Late here in the second period. We'll see who takes this one.
Cougars serving now. Ball's up. It's in. Received by Sanchez. Set up by Bakeman to outside. Niznik swings and just shanked.
Oh!
Whoa!
Oh, and they almost go
Shanked
diving
by
into the
Cougars,
crowd there.
But the setter is just dedicated dolphin dives into the crowd. Ultimately, UWSP's point. Kyle Smith serving now.
Pointers up 23-22 here on Concordia in the second period.
Alrighty, ball's up. It's in, received by Concordia. Set up to middle.
Oh, another fantastic block by Niznik. Niznik's been doing a great job on that far side on defense today.
Caleb Palmer right beside him.
So game point here. Pointers up by 2, and it looks like
Calling a timeout.
another timeout is called. So we will see if
This
this.
game point is a little bit more nerve-wracking than the last because
It is.
we're only up by 2 points.
It is, yes.
But again, yeah, ultimately it's going to come down to whoever can run for the longest.
Yeah, who's been running more, you know, and I think another thing he says, who's been doing more outside of practice.
Right.
You know, I think that's a huge thing.
Adding your own cardio.
Yeah, I mean your own cardio, your own weightlifting. Who's coming into the gym when nobody else is here and practicing their sets and practicing their digs, and I think when the games are this tight late in the period, that's what it ends up coming down to.
Yep. True grit.
Or total luck, either or. We'll see. We'll see which one plays out. So it looks like pointers everybody's got all the same players in. One of the Concordia players talking to the net judge up there.
The ref.
I don't know. Is that what he's called?
The referee, the main referee.
The referee. Okay, well, what's the other guy down there?
UWSP serves. It's in the net. What other guy? There's 2 refs.
There's one. Yeah. Well.
There's one right there, and then there's one up top. The one up top on the ladder is like the main one.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, actually, I guess they're both equal. I shouldn't say that. Concordia serving now.
Pointers
game
up.
Point.
Oh, and into the net, And there it is, Who was
Second game.
Who was in the gym practicing their serves, outside of practice? Like, that's what it comes down to, right?
I do have to say that this game and the last one, the set and the last set, I am not impressed with the serves.
Yeah.
I feel like the last game that we commented on, serves were over no problem, but both teams kind of had a little problem with that today.
It seems like it. Yeah, I'm not. All right. We'll be back with more volleyball action after a little short break here. Pointers take the second set of the night over Concordia. They are now up 2-0.
Roll Dogs!
They take the second set 25-23. Roll Dogs! We are so back we are so back, everybody, for the third period of men's volleyball here at UWSP's Berg Gym, the first season of men's volleyball here at UWSP, and the only team in the only school in the WIAC to have a men's volleyball team.
Roll Dogs.
Pointers up 2-0 over Concordia Chicago.
Concordia serves first. That ball's in. Received. Brogan sets it up to middle. Hits blocked, but it went down on their side, so it's going to be our point. Brogan up to serve first for UWSP per usual. You know the vibe.
You know. They got a drill. We vibing. And now we are not vibing.
He hits the ball into the net. I was just saying during our break that Brogan is one of the most consistent servers, but I think we need to stop talking about
who's spitting jinxes now. You know,
yeah, it was definitely me. Sorry, Josh, if you're listening.
He's on the court.
He's not listening.
Bro is definitely not listening.
All right, Concordia serves again. Garcia. We receive. Brogan sets it up to our right side. Swung. Received by Concordia. Set up for right side slide. Brogan sets it up. Back row. Free balled over. Received by Concordia. Swung. Wow! Right side swung overpass, but they received it. Swung again, and Sanchez cannot get his hands on that one.
Cougars up 2-1.
Who swung on that one? Was that number 10?
Let's see who's celebrating.
Marcin Hoffman.
Marcin Hoffman, I believe so. Yeah.
He's
been doing. Yeah.
He's got a pretty good arm.
He's got a cannon.
Concordia
Absolutely.
serves, we receive. Brogan sets it up to our outside. Ren Dietz is in for the first time in a couple sets. He swings. I think it was blocked.
It was a pretty hard spike, and it just kind of ricocheted off
Sometimes
one
you
of the
blink
Concordia
and the point
players.
is over, so.
Yeah, no more blinking.
Concordia serves. Received by Sanchez, set up by Brogan to our middle. Smith just tips it over. And set up to Concordia's right side. Swings and a miss. That ball is out. Seems to be a little upset on Concordia's side.
Yeah, they don't seem too happy, even though they're down 2-0.
All right. Myers serves for UWSP. Tipped over, kind of fought with at the net. It's over on our side now. Ren from right side swings. Concordia's right side swings, and it's just hit straight down.
Drills it all the way across the court, all the way from the far corner of Concordia's side to the near corner of UWSP's side. It was a textbook spike by Concordia.
Have a pretty good arm.
Is that number David Vale?
Ball's up by Concordia. It's in. Brogan sets it up to our right side. Dietz rolls it over. Set up by Concordia to their right side. He swings. We get a touch on it. We get 2 touches on it. It ultimately goes down.
Myers dives for it, but wasn't able to quite get under it there. So the Cougars up 5-2 over UWSP here early on in the third set. It looks like the Pointers have a couple new faces in there. 1 or 2 it looks like.
That ball served by Concordia. It's in. We receive. Brogan sets it up to outside Niznik. Received. Overpassed. Hit the ceiling.
Hit the ceiling.
Hit the ceiling.
Hit the ceiling.
That thing really shouldn't be there, though. There's like a big overhanging divider.
Yeah, I think they could.
Lower than the ceiling.
I think they could. Winch it up a couple more feet.
Kyle Smith.
But it was our point, so.
That ball is
an ace right down the middle.
Ace in your
What
face.
a serve.
Standing there with their pants down. Not literally. Sorry. Am I allowed to say that?
Probably. I'm sure it's fine.
That was a metaphor. UWSP serves right into the net.
Chat. Is that allowed?
Sean Beckman for Concordia's up to serve now. He's their right side or their middle. Brogan sets up with one hand. Beckman tips it over. Tip over by their David Vales, and
Looks like it
touched. It was
Yeah.
out, but we touched it.
just tipped off a Dietz there in the corner.
A lot of tipping during this game today. I want to see more swinging. Is that selfish of me? Ball's in by Concordia. Brogren sets it up. Outside swings. Yeah, this
There we
thing
go.
knows what I'm
Oh,
talking about.
it bounces off the ceiling.
Yep.
What?
Rolled over by their outside. We block. They set it up. Free balled. Brogren sets it up to our middle. Bakeman. He swings.
Spiked right down. Bakeman's been doing a great job on offense so far. And really in all 3 games.
Yeah.
He's been doing a great job on that far right corner. Really
Dietz
drilling
serving
it.
for the first time this game. Ball's in, received, set up to outside, swung.
Ooh. Ooh.
Barely shanked, but we got it up and over.
Somehow saved by the
Set up by
pointers.
them to their outside. He swings again. We block.
Blocked
just
right
down
into the
on
net.
our side.
They don't seem happy about that. We'll see if they sub anybody in or out.
Well, Dietz just came out.
And who went in his
In
place
for
there? It was
Gabe
UTEC.
UTEC.
UTEC in for Dietz.
Concordia setter Elijah Mosher serving now. The ball is in, received.
Oh! Josh
just
Brogren with his signature move, that backwards tip.
Tipped back over his head. Nobody's there.
Faces away from the net, and he just hits it
He
right over his
tipped
head.
it behind him. All right. UWSP serves. They're set up to their outside. They swing. We block. They receive. They set up to their outside once more. He swings again. We block. Oh, Brogren can just get a hand on it, but it goes backwards, and we can't really get a hand on that again.
So Bateman and Brogren on that far side trying to get some blocks.
And let's see Concordia to serve now. Ball's up. It's in. Received by UWSP. Brogren sets it up to outside. Rolled over to a blind area there. Swung by Concordia by their right side. We block it. Set up to back row. He swings out.
Another great block by Bakeman here in Game 3. So Cougars got an early lead, but UWSP is starting to kind of chip away at it. Concordia with the lead still here in the 3rd game, 9-7.
UWSP serving. That ball's in. Received. Set up to their middle. Just barely tapped, except for some reason it went out. That was a weird play.
Yeah,
He looked like he just barely touched it, but that ball went right up and out.
had some momentum behind it, I guess.
Bakeman serving now for UWSP, bringing us 8-9. Ball's in, received, set up to outside. He swings. Oh my gosh! It's like we're almost getting there.
This close.
All right, and just a reminder, everybody out there, you are listening to WWSP Stevens Point. I'm Madison, and I've got my friend Ian here with me.
We are commentating this men's volleyball game here
You know
at the
what
Berg
it is.
Gym
In the dog pound.
in the dog pound.
Concordia serving now. Brogren.
Oh, and he did it again!
Brogren just tips behind his head to the other side. There's nobody there. They're not covering it, so it just goes down. It's kind of. I
wonder where he learned that one.
It's really fun to watch.
He did that a lot the first game we commented
when we
too.
were
We
here.
talked about that a lot. It seems like it.
He's seeing the blind spots and he's going for it.
He just tricks them. It's a great move.
Brogren serving now for UWSP. That ball's in, received, set up to their outside. He swings, rolled over. It's touched by us, but we
touched the net or something?
Yeah, he touched the net when we went up to block. That was number 5, Kyle Smith.
The pointers went up for a block, and it looks like his arm must have grazed the net or something.
That darn net.
That net. I think they should get rid of the
Should
net.
just take it away.
Take it away, the net.
Garcia serving for Concordia now. Ball's up. It's in, received. Brogren sets it up to outside. Oh, just tipped over. It's out. That looked like it was on the line to
was
me.
pretty close. Yeah, even here on the near side.
I think it's just.
Referees do a great job though.
You gotta be right up to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know what they're.
These guys know what they're doing much better than we do.
Ball don't lie.
Ball do not lie. And that's what it comes down to.
Concordia serving again. The ball's in, received. Brogren sets it up to outside, rolled over. Oh, they've got like a hole in the center of the court.
UWSP's
just found it and just hit it right there. They're all diving towards each other, but it's just a hole.
It's like UWSP's found the little spot to hit there.
UWSP serves, they receive, set up to their outside. Oh my goodness. That man.
Whew.
Carson Hoffman just knows he hits it in the same spot every time, but it's so hard.
It's hard to receive, yeah.
It's
like you can be in the right spot at the right time.
You can do everything right, but it still might not go in your favor.
It's got so much power behind it.
Marson's serving now, just goes right into the net. Oh my gosh, it hits the ref. That should be an automatic 2 points for us.
Okay. So after that, the Pointers are still down 11-13, but serving now is Kyle Smith.
Received by Concordia, set up to their right side.
Blocked.
Oh, blocked.
And blocked out of bounds.
That's going to be Sean Beckman hitting for the Cougars. He's got a pretty good swing, but most of the time it either goes out or gets blocked. But when it doesn't, he does have a good, clean hit.
Back to serve is 6'8" Sean Beckman for Concordia.
Brogren sets it up. Nisnik just tips it right over. Set up to their outside, tipped over again. Set up to their outside again. He swings. We get a touch on it, but ultimately goes down. Looks like we've got a little bit of a hole in our court as well that they're finding. So
looks like Stevens Point takes a timeout here at about the halfway mark, give or take a few points of the third period. UWSP's hanging in there, though. I mean, it seems like...
There, and I would love to see some more aggression.
Yeah, or just, I think, back to the basics, too. I mean, it seems like what we were talking about earlier.
I think we're trying to play a little too smart right now. And it does work, but sometimes you just got to swing.
Yeah, you just got to play the fundamentals, play basic, and it was something my coach always used to say. I remember back in high school, it was like, control what you can control, like in the game, don't make mistakes that, don't need to be made.
Right. Defense wins games.
It does. I think that's probably what
we're lacking a little bit on the defense front right now. Back row is kind of just a little bit slow, not necessarily not there, but reacting a little bit slower than normal.
Yeah, and I think
but I think this is an easy hump to get over, and I think that they can get out of this.
They're just gonna calm down a little bit, and I think they're getting,
the nerves are back up in the gym.
Yeah, you're in game 3. You're like you want to win. This is the game set here. I mean, if they win the set, they take the game. So they just gotta take foot off the gas a little bit and just play the game they know how to play.
Exactly.
Because I mean, they've already taken 2 sets. They can.
Concordia serving now. Ball's over. Received by Sanchez. Brogren sets it up to middle. Bakeman. Oh,
Bakeman drills it home, and that was.
Just goes right through Garcia's arms.
That was a classic UWSP point right there.
Classic Bakeman hit.
Brogman set it right up to Bakeman, and he drilled it right into the middle of Concordia's defense.
We got Dietz serving for UWSP now. The ball's up, over, it's in, received, tipped over by their setter. We receive it, set up by Dietz, hit by Nisnik, and they receive it. Setter's kind of out of system there. He sets up to their right side. Brogren sets up to our middle. Bakeman tips it over. And they receive, set up by their libero.
It looked like a carrot. Was a double hit?
Double hit.
Is that where it hits twice?
It's like, so yeah, when you set it, you want to hit the ball with your fingers at the same time, but if you go one hand the other, it's going to be a double.
That's interesting.
But soon that'll all go away, am I right?
I guess so.
Serves, that ball is good, received, sets up to their outside, he just rolls it over. Kind of a run in there with UWSP's back row, but I'm glad they're going for it. It just gets rolled over, tipped over again by Concordia. Back row hit by Zach Myers. It's received, and then another swing by Hoffman. He's just drilling us today. And that was a pretty lucky hit. I mean, that's the Pointers blockers right there were in the perfect spot, and it was just was like right through the perfect gap. With these long volleys, it just seems like it's tip over, roll over, and then somebody hits. I wish they would hit every time. Nisnik's swinging. That was just a roll. Set up by Concordia to their right side. He swings. We block.
Blocked into the net by Nisnik. and just kind of falls to the ground. So Concordia still with the lead, up 4 here on UWSP, 17-13. Concordia with the serve here late in the third.
Setter Elijah Mosher serving. Received. Brogren tips it over right onto the middle sitter's head. Swung by Concordia right down to us. I think what we were talking about earlier, the defense is just lacking right now.
Yeah,
we need to get on our toes a little bit more. Anticipate, don't react. All right, we received that ball. Niznik swings, they've received.
Ooh.
They're setting it up from back row, outside's hitting. He just tips it right in. Oh.
The Pointers save it.
Niznik is rolling the ball over. Set up by their libero, right side hits.
Another great block by Bakeman.
Great block. Their right side hit, and we just denied that.
Bakeman, and it looked like Brogren up front once again were able to set up a great block and just drill it right back into Concordia's side.
UWSP serves, they receive. Set up to their right side again. Tipped off by us. Tipped off the block. Brogren sets it up to our outside. Rolled over in that clear area. Rolled over by them. Sets up to back row by us. Hit Niznik. Overpass.
And then Bakeman drills it once again. Bakeman he was able to just get right up there and drill it almost straight down.
By Concordia, Bakeman is just already on that.
Yeah, Bakeman's been on fire the last few
He's
sets.
eating that up. Let him cook.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
Let him cook.
And I think that's the secret to winning games. You always need to have a player out there who's cooking up, you know?
You always need
one
a chef
guy
on the court to cook.
You need a chef on the court at all times to win games.
If you
chef
had
two,
6 chefs, that would be
it'd be too much. Well,
no,
that might be,
6 people cooking on the court.
6 people cooking on the court. That was like that second period volley where they blocked. That was, they had 6 players out there cooking.
That like 4 in a row block.
Whew. So Pointers starting to chip back at it, claw their way back. Only down by 3 now against Concordia. During this timeout, Concordia up 18-15 late in the third period. We will see if Bakeman and the rest of the Pointers can keep cooking for the rest of this set, keep the momentum going.
Niznik to serve for UWSP now after this timeout. Do you smell that?
Smells like something.
I think
smells like somebody's cooking. Yeah.
I think we're cooking. Niznik getting ready to serve after this timeout. That ball's up. It's in. Received. Outside hit. It's in.
Just barely. Ooh, that was close.
The anticipation by our back row is kind of off.
It seems like they're a little far up almost.
Think so.
It's
that Hoffman that's swinging. He was expecting him to hit pretty shallow and right at the 10-foot line, and he hit pretty far deep. And I think that messed us up because we're so used to expecting that shallow hit.
Oh, and Myers drills it over.
Set over. Bakeman sets it up to Brogren, sets it up to Bakeman, who tips it over.
Let him cook. Let him cook. Bakeman with another fantastic offensive play.
They try to pancake, but ultimately cannot get there. Bakeman's up to serve.
After Bakeman drilled it right into their defense 2-3 times in a row, he just taps it over about as lightly as he can.
That ball's up, in, received over, almost an overpass. Outside hit by Concordia. We're just not in the right position.
Yeah, I mean, UWSP is doing pretty well offensively, but it seems like their defense has.
I think we're just anticipating the different things and what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know if Concordia's switched up their tactics
or
what.
It's kind of hard to adjust. So the anticipation needs to be correct.
We shall see. Concordia still up. Concordia still up on the Pointers, 20-16 here in the third period.
Timothy Johnson serving for the Cougars. Ball's out.
And he serves it out. So Pointers get the ball back, down by 3.
UWSP's setter.
And it looks like Dietz is subbing back in for UTEC here for the Pointers.
Let's go. There's a little bit of a.
What are they doing down there?
They're talking about something over there, the refs. Brogan serving now. Oh, barely.
Oh!
And he confuses them.
He just
That
Oh,
ball
it
is
hits the net and it just rolls just barely over.
Just rolled
Oh
balls.
man, that was about as close as it gets.
That was good. Brogan serves once more. It's over. Set up to outside. Whoa! Swung hard.
Blocked
Blocked
by
even harder.
Kyle Smith.
Swung hard.
Front
but
row
blocked
is
even harder.
front row is cooking. Fantastic block by Kyle Smith up front to bring the Pointers within 1 point of tying up
Cougars
this
calling
third
a
set.
timeout now. I think they're getting a little nervous because we're cooking in the kitchen.
Cooking in the kitchen up front, right under their noses.
They
can smell it. Right up front. Another
amazing.
timeout taken.
I'm hoping their conditioning and training has led them to this point. Otherwise, if we go into next game, they might be tired.
We will
gonna come
see.
down
We're
to
gonna
conditioning.
find out pretty soon if we're going into a fourth set or if the Pointers are gonna close out their home
I'd love
games.
to see the Pointers win this game, but I'm having so much fun here. I hope it goes to 5.
Yeah. I mean, I want the Pointers to win, but obviously.
That's a given.
I mean, we're unbiased. We're completely unbiased. No, we're UWSP students. You kidding me?
Yeah.
Go Pointers.
Roll
Dogs.
Brogan serving now. Ball's in, received, set up to middle, hit, received by Brogan, setters out. Sanchez sets it up to middle, kind of an out of service set. Hit by Concordia's right side, set up to their outside again because we blocked it. And then it just kind of goes into the net. He didn't even touch it.
And the Pointers
2020.
tie it up. 2020. They clawed all the way back, down 7.
Brogan serving again. Oh!
Right over the net. Woo.
Set up to their outside. He swings straight down. I mean, that
What a
guy's
hit.
been-
Who was
guy's
that?
been
Was that
doing it this
number-
whole time. It was number 10.
Number 10, that would be
Marcin
Marcin
the
Hoffman.
same guy that's been swinging on us all night.
He
You know
has
what
been
I'm saying?
cooking on that far side. I will say he has got a cannon.
On that outside, and it's going. It's
It's in the perfect spot each
Before
time.
it was going pretty shallow, and now he's hitting it kind of deep, and I think that's what's confusing our background here. Oh, Deontay Garcia of the Cougars serves right into the net.
So the Pointers, the game is tied up once again. Third period here, 21-21. Back to service Myers.
Zach Myers serves. That ball's in. He's got a hard serve.
He
Set up
does.
to their outside. He swings.
Oh,
Marcin, okay.
wait, is that him?
Number 10.
Yeah, number 10. Yeah, okay.
That's definitely him.
Yeah.
You can tell by the way it is.
He's hitting it from the far corner
He's hitting it from
to-
the outside to our
to
corner.
our far
but
corner,
Before he was hitting
diagonally.
it to the 10-foot line, and that's where we're getting confused. He serves. We receive. It's set up to
Oh!
Nick.
That was a missile.
I have no words.
That was a missile.
actually.
He
That was a
Niznik
good hit.
Niznik jumps up.
I'm loving to see the swinging.
Niznik jumps up and drills it right at Concordia's libero. It
Kyle Smith
shanks off
serving
him.
now. Oh, that ball was way out. I think it got a little excited.
All right, so it's pretty tight here. Cougars up 23-22 over UWSP. Games go to 25 in collegiate men's volleyball.
Sean Beckman serving for the Cougars. Ball's over. Brogan sets it up to middle. Bakeman. They receive. Set up. Free balled over by Concordia. We receive. Brogan sets up to Bakeman.
Ooh! Bakeman with another missile right down the middle of Concordia's defense.
Wow.
Let him cook. Woo!
Brent Dietz now serving for UWSP, bringing us 23-23 in this nail-biting game. Received by Concordia, set up to outside, swung into the net by David Vales.
So the Pointers have clawed all the way back, and it is game point. They are up by 1 point, 24-23 over Concordia.
Ren Dietz here serving.
Ren Dietz for UWSP back to serve.
Balls up, it's in. Received, set up to their right side. He swings. We got a touch on it. Brogan sets it up to back row. Oh!
Whoa!
Blocked by Concordia, but but it goes out. So that's UWSP's point. The game.
UWSP wins 3-0. Set 3, UWSP taking 25-23 over the Concordia Cougars. Roll Dogs.
Roll Dogs.
Well, that is going to do it from us here at Berg Gym. This is Ian Connell and
Madison Shufflebine.
And we're going to send it back to the station for some more alternative music here on 90 FM. Your only alternative.